Hello, this is Darin Martineau with Pro Magic Art, and I'm here with Rick Maisel, and I'd like to introduce you to a good friend of mine, and he's an escape artist, he's a magician. How are you doing today, Rick? How you doing?
Thank you.
Good.
Great.
Can you tell us about yourself and a little bit about your career? I know it's very extensive, and just tell us about a little bit about your background and what you do.
Reader's Digest version.
Yeah.
So I began my career in magic 54 years ago.
Wow.
Got my first magic set when I went with the family to Disneyland. At that time, Steve Martin was working in the magic shop.
Oh, wow.
And I remember I couldn't stop laughing. Everything was like super funny, whether it was, at that time, if you're a magician, you'd know the tricks I'm talking about, like the ball and vase and snapper and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I had to have a Hocus Pocus magic set. And I remember my 3 older sisters getting a little upset because they were like, "Come on, Rick, it's time to go on the rides. Let's go." So, but as soon as I got back to Albuquerque, found out about a Junior Magicians Club, Sources Apprentices, sponsored by IBM, International Brotherhood of Magicians. And
Nice.
A bunch of magicians took me into the wing.
So you told me before you've been mentored by Di Vernon and what are some of those other names?
Di Vernon, Slidini.
Yeah, Slidini.
Al Goshman.
That's so awesome.
Charlie Miller. Those were the original people that I met at the Magic Castle when I was 9 years old.
And they were teaching you? Yeah.
Yes, but they were also doing lectures in Albuquerque.
Oh, so you got to see a lot of things, huh? So can you talk about Goshman? Because I've heard a lot of things about. He's specializing in restaurant magic. Is this right, Goshman? Or I know he did a lot of different TV things. And can you tell us a little bit about Goshman? Because I'm interested.
He was the world's greatest close-up magician, at least at that time. It was just amazing.
And like the coin under the salt shaker and everything.
Yeah,
Isn't that
was
great?
one of his classics, along with everything else.
The sponges and So, you've been on TV how many times? I know it's a lot.
Over the last 29 years, about 200 TV shows in 42 countries.
So 200 times, wow.
About 2.2 billion television viewers.
That's great. And you've been on America's Got Talent, you've been on Fool Us.
Jay Leno, several times, Maury Povich, Lisa Gibbons, Crook and Chase, Gordon Elliott.
Performed in 42 countries? 42 countries? Yeah. Cool.
Soon to be 43.
So you have like the signature of the washing machine, and you have like how many other signatures like that? I'm sure you have a lot of them, like for the escapes, right? Like what would you say are your top,
Well, I mean,
ones
everything I try and do is original, whether it be hanging under a hot air balloon. I do an escape from the same handcuffs they use in Guantanamo Bay, maximum security cuffs in a clear box. And although other escape artists might use a cloth, I actually set the box on fire and escape with 1,300-degree flames. Normally not burning myself.
Cool. We'll put some links to like some of your, in the description of this video on my YouTube channel. We'll put some links to some things so they can check out some more.
Oh, sure. Yeah, America's Most Wanted. Yeah. You guys can all make some.
Yeah. So you also do magic. Can you talk about that? Because our channel, of course, escape artists is tied into magic, but we have people that are beginners, intermediate, advanced, mostly advanced guys, that are on our channel, and we give advice, and we always talk about, not just the elements of magic and then professional magic. We talk about a lot of different things, but What would you advise to some of our subscribers, if let's say there's somebody who's trying to find their signature pieces, because you're very good at the originality. What is a little bit of advice for them, how they can find themselves in the world of, just as a performer or magician, or how could they, what are some inspirational points or something, where they can develop that further out?
Well, one thing that actually really influenced me was something that Di Vernon told me. I guess I was about 10 or 11 at that time. And I remember my dad asking him, hey, my son wants to be a magician. Do you have any advice for him? And I still remember he had this gruff voice. And he's like, listen here, kid. Just come up with one trick that you can do better than anyone else in the world, or that no one else does, and you'll make it as a magician. So just was always trying to be original ever since then. And I do the Houdini milk can escape, but I do it arc welded. You know, so again, just there's always ways to make it original, and it's not so much making original too. I'm also trying to add other elements and other elements of danger. So you're just adding one more level.
Wow, that's great.
And then basically, I used to be claustrophobic before I got in the washing machine. I used to have a fear of water. Before I was authorized to hang under hot air balloons up to 30,000 feet by the FAA, I had a fear of heights. And now the higher I go, the more fun it is. So people can, I've used it as a way to overcome my fears.
This is really good because when you're talking about fear, and there's so many different layers of it. Like some magicians are afraid of getting up on stage or stage fright or whatever, but you've obviously overcome the fears of like, these underwater, these life and death experiences. So like for a magician, just say, let's say he's like an up and coming magician, or he's a magician that's, has stage fright, whether he's beginner, intermediate, or advanced.
Oh, well then.
How would they deal with that stage fright? Because I know that's a big one for people.
For me,
is there
the key
techniques
is
for that?
Just 2 words: don't panic. That's
Okay.
that's why I'm alive today.
Okay.
There's a lot of times I could have panicked and
Just keep
I
breathing.
would have been dead.
Just
Or don't breathe. Keep holding your breath. Whatever the case may be. Just wait a little longer. But.
All right. Well, thank you, Rick, and thanks for this interview, and thanks for being here on our channel. And we'll put links to some of your signature pieces, like the washing machine and some other things.
Sure. I can bring some handcuffs for a demo.
All right. Thank you.